All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Beaver County Softball Network. We're here at the Aniline Park, and we are streaming the 12U championship bracket. And this is the one of the quarterfinal games between two Central Valley teams. So we have Central Valley Navy and Central Valley Carolina. And we are starting right now. First pitch was low. I didn't know they were starting this quick. They're about 5 minutes early. There's 2 balls and no strikes. I was going to show the bracket, but we'll have to do that in between innings here. Missed again, 3-0. Ball 4. Take your base. So this is the 12U bracket, if I haven't said that already. And this is 12U, so they're free to steal bases and pretty much regular USA softball rules. Nothing adjusted for the age at this rec league. Stealing attempt. And she's going to be safe. So she did steal, so there's a runner on second now. And she's going to go to third on a wild pitch. So we have a runner on third base. I need to adjust the scoreboard here. And nobody out. And we have the pitcher tying her shoe. I'm not going to be able to. We'll talk about the bracket in between innings. There's a strike. Batter didn't look like she agreed with that, or maybe she just was frustrated that she didn't swing. She held up on that one. That'll be ball 4. So that gives Central Valley Carolina 2 base runners. And both these lineups have pretty decent hitting in it. I don't know how deep they are. There's a strike. But these top batters can definitely hit the ball. And you can hear the coach. I don't know if you heard him screaming or not, but he's telling the girl to steal. And that's going to fall in for a hit. Roll all the way to the fence or close to it anyway. It's going to score 2. All right, so that was a 2-run. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Took a pitch. This is another decent hitter. I remember her from last night. She had an inside the park home run, a legit one too. Miss low. And she's going to be safe. They have to fix third base. It looks like it came off the pegs. I have to get used to my camera settings. It's in play. play to third, and she makes the out at first. And that does score a run. So the only odd rule that isn't USA softball is a max of 5 runs an inning. So if a team scores 5 runs, then they switch the teams up. That is going to be popped up to the pitcher. And that is 2 outs. And there's nobody on base. Nice stop by the catcher. But yeah, they started 5 minutes early. It kind of threw me off a little bit. I wasn't expecting that. But I think I'm settled in now. Foul ball. Missed high. Pop up. There are 2 outs. CB Carolina scored 3 runs here in the top of the first inning. That's a strike 3. Nice pitch. And that's going to end the inning. But CB Carolina puts 3 on the board. And I'm going to stay on here, and we are going to talk about the bracket. So this is the 12U BCFPL. It's Beaver County Fast Pitch League championship bracket. We are in the quarterfinals. So this game is on the right side. Central Valley Navy is the number 2 seed. And Central Valley Carolina is the 7 seed. CB Navy, they had a bye in the first round with being a number 2 seed. And CB Carolina had to beat Southside to advance out of the first round. So here we are. This is a rec league out here in Beaver County. It's been around for, I think, since 2018, maybe. That's when they were established. They have an 8U championship, 10U championship, and a 12U championship. And the championship game will actually be on this network for 8U and 12U on hopefully Tuesday, July 1st. But a lot of that depends on the weather. All right, so we are back, and this is going to be the bottom of the first inning. Navy's first time batting here. First pitch is a ball. Miss inside. 2-0. Same issues the first inning. With the top half of the inning, the pitcher was having troubles at first. Walked a couple batters. There's a strike. Could be nerves, just kind of settling in. Sometimes it takes a minute. That's a hard drive down the line. Going to be foul. This batter's going to have a bright future in Central Valley. She's going to be a good ball player. She has a sister, too. They're both good ball players. And I try to avoid using names at this age. I'll probably use names in the championship game, but ball four. Some parents don't want their kids' names on YouTube, so I understand that. So there's a leadoff walk. And it brings up a slapper. And it's going to be a foul. I think that was a bunt attempt. Not sure. I don't know if the umpire's considering that a bunt or not. Doesn't matter on the first strike, but if she does that on when there's 2 strikes on her, it's going to missed high. And going to steal second, unattested. That should go in the book as a stolen base. I know a lot of people like using that defensive indifference. But that's only used whenever there's a blowout happening. And the defensive team literally does not care if that runner running to second scores or not. This early in a game, though, you can't really consider that defensive indifference. That's out of play, off the dugout. There's a ball in play there. That's going to be caught by the shortstop. That'll be the first out. There's a slapper. She wants to get that on the ground. All right. So we have a base runner on second base, 1 out. Foul ball. Oh, she caught it out of play. Okay, or it was foul, but she caught it. I couldn't see on my screen. I thought it was out of play. I should have switched to that view. I might have been able to catch it. All right, so there's 2 outs. Runner still on second base. Missed outside. Oh, that's going to get past the catcher, and she's going to advance to third. So we have 2 outs, runner on third base. See if we can get a key hit here with 2 outs. That's a strike. We got 2 balls and a strike on the batter. Ooh, that was close. A little bit high, maybe. Maybe it was inside. I can't see where the plate's at. Kind of off on an angle here, so it's kind of hard with those pitches that are close. It's hit up the middle to the second baseman. And she's going to get out at first. Nice play. It was good play. All right, so they got out of that without scoring any runs. So after one, we have CV Carolina up 3-0. We'll be right back. Yeah, so this live stream is through Starlink. We started using Starlink this season or this year, and it's the best thing I ever invested in. Before I used a Verizon hotspot, and when I had a good connection, it worked great. But when I didn't, it didn't work good at all. And this was one of those fields where I had troubles connecting. This field here used AT&T is what works best here. Then there's other fields where T-Mobile worked, and then Verizon worked. You know, a lot of different places. And there's one complex that has no cellular connection out in the boonies. But this Starlink works everywhere. It's great. It's a foul tip. Nice play by the catcher. Only counts as a strike, though, since it was a tip. Missed high. Three balls and one strike. And that was ball four. I gotta update the scoreboard. So this is the top of the second. So we have a runner on first with nobody out. There's a swing and a miss, and that gets past the catcher. And base runner is going to take second. There's a ball up in play, and shortstop makes the catch. So with that being an infield fly, it's not an infield fly rule because first base is not occupied. If you have first and second occupied, it would be a infield fly rule. And that batter was hit, so she will get first base. If you're going to get hit, that's where you want to get hit. All right, so the coaches are going to make a switch with pitching. I'm sure we'll see that other pitcher back at some point. If you haven't subscribed to our network, please do. If you're watching, I know there's a lot of people out there watching that doesn't subscribe to the network, but if you subscribe and help us grow, it really does help us in the long run. I'm hoping to use social media monetization to pay for all this. So I want to, keep the cost free for everybody to watch. But of course, there is a cost behind it, and I use a lot of things that I'll show throughout the broadcast in between innings of how I collect revenue and pay for the network. So if you would like to, please subscribe to the network. I would appreciate it. All right, so we are going to get ready here. So we have a new pitcher. Just to remind everyone, we have one out. And this is the top of the second inning. Runner on second base. Missed high. There's a strike. So we have 1 ball and 1 strike on the batter. There's a hard hit. Second stopped it. What? So the base runner on first got confused, and she stopped running to second. And yeah, that wasn't good. So then she ended up breaking to second after the force was out at first, and then they made the tag to get the final out. All right, so that was a tough one, but we'll be back with the bottom of the second inning. So another way we can raise money for this network is through Facebook. So if you are on Facebook, please subscribe or follow our page. It's BC Softball Network. And, when we post videos or pictures or photos or whatever, just like, comment, share, do all that stuff, and that will help bring in revenue to the network. All right, so we're bottom of the second inning. Here's a bunt. Nice play. That was a nice bunt, too. She bunted it a little bit too hard. You want to bunt it a little bit softer so you're making that pitcher run a little bit further. But that pitcher made a really nice play. That gives us 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch is a ball. Swing and a miss. One ball and 1 strike. There's a swing and a miss. You are watching the Beaver County Fast Pitch League 12U championship bracket. This is the quarterfinal match between 2 Central Valley teams. As you can imagine, there's a lot of pride between these 2 teams. And the winner not only advances, but they also get bragging rights. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. All right, so there's 2 outs now. Missed outside. If you're watching yesterday, we have, with 10U, we have pitching restrictions. We don't have that with 12U. There's a swing and a miss. So we may see the same pitchers all game. We'll know. We'll see. There's a nice hit. That's going to fall. Gets past the outfielder. And she's going to get 2 out of it. It's a nice hit. It was in the gap. That was a nice hit. All right, so you got a runner on second base. There's 2 outs. Missed outside on that first pitch. Missed inside. It's 2-0. This pitcher, she works inside and outside. She does pretty good. I don't know if she's meaning to do that, but she's doing it. Good job with it. You don't want to throw anything over the plate. And she's definitely working inside and outside. I think there's 3-0 here, so she's going to have to get something a little bit over the plate. It's a foul ball. That's a strike. Full count. Strike 3. That will end the inning. I don't know if the batter agreed with that, but the umpire gave her the river there. It was close. You need to protect the plate in that situation. All right. After 2, we have CB Carolina up 3-0. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. First pitch was a foul ball. Swing and a miss. So we have no balls and 2 strikes. I got to fix the scoreboard too. That ball is popped up, and it's going to be caught by the center fielder. Nice play. This is top of the 3rd, and that'll be the first out. This tie. So CB Navy is the number 2 seed in the bracket. CB Carolina is number 7. But, you know, when you're playing your players in the same school district, you're going to, you know, get it going a little bit more. Missed high. What's the count here? Come on, Blue, show it. Look on the scoreboard. I think it's 3-1. There's a foul ball. So it is a full count now. There's a hard hit. Going to be foul ball. Wasn't fouled by much. So there's still a full count here. This tie. That'll be ball 4. All right, so there's a base runner on first base. There's one out, and we're tying shoes. This network is sponsored by BCSN Investors, and I'll get more into what that is here in a minute. Miss Lowe still on base attempt, and she'll be safe. She's gonna go 3. All right, she'll get in there. So throw was off. It was high. That shortstop needs to knock that ball down. So we have a runner on third base now. And there's a shot caught by the right fielder, and there was no tag. You got to tag that runner. So now there's going to be 2 outs here. There's actually a runner on third, not first. And that's a pop-up. And short is going to make the catch. And that'll be 3 outs. So that was a missed opportunity there. All right, so we'll be back with the bottom half of the 3rd inning. CV Carolina is still up 3-0. That ball is gone. And that'll tie the game up.
My most effective pitch was most definitely my curveball. I could work it in and out, like even on a right-handed batter, I could throw it inside as like a backdoor curveball. And most of the time when I threw that, a lot of kids just kind of like stood off the plate more, just into it, and I'd throw it outside.
My confidence and presence in the box, and like I feel like it helps teammates be confident in themselves and believe in themselves the way that I believe in myself.
There was a group like that last year, and I started training them on the side, like, to take.
All right, we're back. They are rushing through these half innings. I didn't get that whole commercial in. It is our softball series called BCSN Legends Blackout Series. And there's we have 4 girls on there. One was Emma Bagaki. She was tragically killed in a car accident last summer. kind of turn this community upside down there a little bit. But she's in there, and we have 3 other girls who are now playing at the college level. Peyton List is at JMU with Callie Langston, who's also in JMU, and Macy Littler's in Youngstown State. So there are 3 girls who were pretty successful in this area playing ball and are now playing softball at a high level. Every card that's purchased, the girls will get $5 in their name. So it's name, image, and likeness, and they signed an agreement. So if you buy their cards, it's going to benefit the players. They're not going to get rich off of it, but it'd be nice to buy them a Starbucks here and there. It's a hard hit. Second makes the play, throws it first, gets it. That was nice. It's a nice, I think that's like 2 or 3 nice plays from second there. Good job. So that's 1 out. Well, I got to fix the scoreboard here. Missed high. Missed inside. Good eye. That is a high hit, and it's going to be missed by the outfielder. And she's going to stay at 2. She got under that one. Left fielder, she was underneath it. She just misjudged it. It's hard to be an outfielder at this age because you don't get a lot of reps like that. And the only way you're going to be able to read balls off the bat, like in game situations like that, is by seeing it. And a lot of times, all right, so she stole third there. That was a bunt attempt. You got to put that ball on the ground before you run. Don't get ahead of yourself. Line drive to the shortstop. They are not going to double it up there. The slappers, you gotta work that ball on the ground. So that's 2 outs. Runner still on third base. And they are in the thick of this batting lineup right now. It's a called strike. She swung. So when you swing at bat, if it hits you, it's still a strike. She swung, hit her in the shoulder. That's probably what the umpire was explaining to her. That didn't miss by much. Again, we're kind of off on an angle, and it's kind of hard to see where the plate's at because of the chalk, but that looked pretty close. There's a hard hit. Third gets it, throws it to first, and makes the final out. And they get out of it. So after 3, CV Carolina is still up 3-0. We'll be right back. So another way to raise money for this network is I make awards. So they're dye sublimation. So they're digitally created. I can make the design custom however you would like it, and they're real nice. They're printed on a tin or metal plate, and then we mount that to a wood plaque. So it's really nice. You can order those on our Etsy store at etsy.bcsoftballnetwork.com. And all those proceeds go to the network. So that's just another way that we keep this network free for everybody. There's a ball. It's going to be out of play. I just added this camera angle the last few games I did. I really like it, but I keep forgetting I have it. Missed high. Yeah, when I first started this network, I did take sponsorships, but I'm sponsor free now. Just kind of doing this all myself. There's another ball to play. A couple reasons why. One, I like the freedom of doing things the way I want to and not have to worry about satisfying the sponsorships I have. And another reason is I always felt guilty taking money from sponsorships because it's mostly local businesses. And called strike 3, drop third strike. And they're going to make the out. But yeah, taking sponsorship money from local businesses, I just feel bad because I feel like I'm taking money out of the youth program's pockets. They only have so much to go with, so I decided to stop doing that and just do things myself. And it's been working out. Yeah, 1-1 count, I think. It's a hard hit. First baseman made the play. Of course, I hit the wrong button. All right, so that is 2 outs. So swing and a miss. There's another swing and a miss. It's cooled off a lot. The sun went down. There was some spotty rain showers here and there, but it doesn't look like anything's going to hit us, which is good. I'm always nervous with my equipment out here with rain, but there's another swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll end the inning. All right, so bottom of the 4th. We'll be back. CB Carolina's up 3-0. Another thing I'm doing is I used to collect cards a lot when I was younger, and I started to sell them on eBay. And I'm doing that now, and the money that I make with it, I'm putting it into the network. So I'm like kind of selling one hobby and dumping it into another one. So that's just one of the things that I do to help fund this network. And you can check that out at ebay.bcsoftballnetwork.com. There's a ball in play. Makes it, throws it high, and she's going to run to second. So that'll be a throwing error. I don't know if that was third. Yeah, that was third base that made that play. She just threw it high. So that might be the spark that this team needs here. So we have a runner on second base with nobody out. There's a bunt. Gets the out at first. The runner does advance to third. Playing a little small ball. It's a nice play by the pitcher to make that out. But it does move the runner. So there's one out. Runner on third. And see if Navy can get on the board here. There's a pop-up. And that's going to be trouble. And they're going to try to go home, and they're going to make it. That was kind of in no man's land. It is second, but she's playing so deep, and she just assumed that the pitcher was going to get it. It's always the infielder's ball. That pitcher should not be responsible to catch anything. Sometimes, you know, if it's hit right to her, but for the most part, those fielders got to make those plays. I got to put a run up there. 3-1. There's a swing and a miss. There's a runner on first base, not third. You fix that. Catcher set him way outside. Yeah, you don't want to be that obvious with it. Outside pitch, she pushed it off, foul. Definitely, they're nervous about this girl. You tell they're not wanting to give her anything over the plate. Trying to get her to chase it stuff. Didn't miss by much. That umpire is giving that corner out there, so I'd keep attacking it. Get her to swing or possibly him call it. There's a ball hit to the right side, and it's over the outfielder's head. And that rolls all the way to the fence. I'm going to hit replay. And that's going to be a triple. Big hit there. It's the only thing I don't like about this. It's called a YOLO box that I use. The replay, I only have like 10 seconds on the replay. So I got to, if I want to get the swing, I got to, triples and inside the park home runs are hard to catch. But that was a triple. And it makes the score 3-2. So we have a game here. Missed high. 2-0. 2-0. There's a swing and a miss. 2-1. Missed outside. Two. I think that's the count. 3-2. Not sure what the umpire's saying. There's a hit. That's going to get over the second baseman's head, and we have a tie ball game. I heard a parent screaming, "Let her hit it." They let her hit it. She did a good job. So that is an RBI single, and it looks like we are going to get a conference in the circle. So again, if you are watching and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to our network. It helps us grow. And everything I do is for these girls, whether it's the high school level or all the way through to youth. Which is something I enjoy doing. I actually did this a lot with my daughter whenever she was playing, and I didn't so much do the announcing, but I did this live streaming and highlight videos and everything for my daughter. And she's playing college ball now, so I still record her games and make highlight videos, but the streaming and stuff I'm not able to do. So there's a stolen base attempt, and she's going to be out. I don't know. I think that was a missed call there. But what's interesting is the same catcher had a play yesterday in the game I was streaming, and the umpire missed that call and called the base runner safe, and it should have been out. So it's funny how things work out like that. She definitely got a call in her favor today. She had him coming to her. All right, so we got nobody on base with 2 outs. Tie game. There's a ball in play, third. She caught it. Nice job. I didn't get it on camera. I don't think there's any view I have that would have caught that, but she made a really nice play. But CB Navy tied the game, so we have a new ball game here. So we'll be back with the top of the fifth after a short break. All right, if you can see here, I've been pestering everyone to subscribe. And hold on, I'm choking. But you can see 80% of you are not subscribed watching. So please subscribe. Sorry about the choking. Always happens at the wrong time. There's a foul ball out of play. She swung. That'll be 3 out, or yeah, that's 3 strikes. So that's the first out. As soon as she swung, she knew she shouldn't have. That happens. Miss slow. Missed up high. 2-0's the count. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. He gets past the catcher, but there's nobody on base. Lights are on. It's actually a pretty nice out. It's cold. Not too hot. Cooled off a lot. There's a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Last few days were brutal. If you're watching and we're up here in PA and we're not used to that kind of heat. Hit the short, and she's gonna make the play at first for the out. So that's 2 outs. All right, so we got 2 outs, nobody on base. Oh, hit the batter. That hurt her too. Hit her right in the elbow, looks like. Ouch. All right, so give a minute to talk about this. So I've started what's called BCSN Investors, and we have 3 things that help feed the revenue to the network. So we have the eBay store, which is what I went over a little bit ago, where I sell trading cards. I'll flip them cards, so If you have cards, I can buy them from you so I can flip them on eBay. I'm not looking for anything of the high value, more the low end cards. But I do have that, so it's ebay.bcsoftballnetwork.com. Then my Etsy store, it's etsy.bcsoftballnetwork.com. That's where I sell trading cards and plaques. I make plaques, awards, MVP awards, a lot of different things. And then the other one is my merch, which I'm probably going to be changing that out. The girl who got hit, she's okay. They just had to give her a minute. So first pitch is a ball. Let me look at the scoreboard here. We have a runner on first base. There's 2 outs. Top of 5. All tied up. Miss low. Going to try to steal, and she's going to be safe. Got under the tag. It's a nice play by the catcher to keep that ball in front of her. Good read by the base runner, too, to break on that bad or the low throw. So runner on second base with 2 outs. That ball's up the middle. And it's going to score a run. Right up the middle. Got past the pitcher. And that will give CB Carolina the lead. So they have 2 outs, runner on second base. And this batter here is probably one of the better batters on the team, on this CB Navy team. Or I'm sorry, it's CB Carolina. That is popped up, going to be out of play. Missed high. Nice play by the catcher back there. Missed high. The runner's going to go to third, and she'll be safe. Probably go in a book as a wild pitcher, I would think. There's a pop up, and that's going to fall. I think that's fair. That is a tough play there, but it should be the second baseman's ball. First baseman can make a play on that too, but it's a harder play than it is for second. But that puts a runner on second base and gives them another run. So it's now 5-3, CB Carolina. That ball gets past the catcher, and she's going to go to third on that. So runner on third base, 2 outs still. I think all this has been done with 2 outs. Got to make plays. Swing and a miss. Defense is so important, especially when you get further into the playoffs. You got to play air-free softball. It's hard to do, but it's definitely something you need to shoot for. Missed high. Missed high again. It's a good eye for the batter. Oh, that's a strike. Full count now. She just didn't like that pitch, I guess. That was a nice pitch. Inside corner. Hard to take that one. Although she's only had one strike, so I guess she could take it. Missed outside, that'll be ball 4. So we have runners on first and second. Now this is going to be one of those situations where will they steal her to second? And catcher most likely won't throw the ball down. Uh-oh, she gets past there. And she's going to be safe. Completely destroyed my story here. Nice play by the base runner on third to get down that line and make a nice slide. All right, so that puts the runner on second base. So we have a runner on second. Still 2 outs. I think all of these runs scored here, 3 runs were scored on 2 outs. Swing and a miss, first pitch. Missed high. Called strike 3. That'll end the inning. It's a nice pitch. They needed that out a few at bats ago, but Carolina took advantage. So we'll be back with the bottom half of the 5th inning. Carolina taking the lead 6-3. Thanks for watching. Yeah, so these are some of the things I can make using dye sublimation. So I make the bag tags, makes the player cards. I can design them any way you want. In the awards, I can do pretty much any award you want. There are 2 sizes, one smaller, one larger. But yeah, they're fully customized, digital. I can do anything that your imagination has. That's the only thing that I kind of lack is imagination. So I can do everything. I just need help imagining things. So, of course, they're all affordable and they're nice. They're real nice. Quality's real good. You can email me or message me on this if you're interested. Call Shrake. Email's bill.littler@bcsoftballnetwork.com. There's a foul tip. Now these games are timed, but we still have 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. So recording time is an hour and 10 minutes. So I think it's an hour 40, maybe an hour 45. So we still have plenty of time to get this game in. Just outside. Well, there's a nice hit. And that's going to be foul ball. Wasn't foul by much. The umpire was on top of it, though. I have these headphones on, so sometimes it's hard to hear, but I heard that bat. That was loud. It's a foul ball. But as one of my little league coaches used to say, it's just a loud foul. That ball's popped up. That's going to be a tough play. It's going to fall. Again, that was kind of in nowhere's land. It's a tough play for the shortstop, but when your outfield is playing so deep, it's hard to get there. It's one of the reasons why you want speed in the outfield, because they can cover more ground. So if you're a girl with any kind of speed, once you get older, you can probably expect to be an outfielder because of that reason alone. There's a ball. That's going to be a tough out there. She's going to be safe. They're going to try to go 3. And she stopped, and it got her stuck. She's... It was a nice slap there. You're not going to get a slapper with a ball hit where she hit it. And that was a nice slide. Nice slide to get back in. So CB Navy's got something moving right here. First and second with nobody out. Down by 3. They're in the heart of their lineup right now. This is our number 3 batter. Just high on that pitch. Just high. Good eye. You can tell these pitchers, or this pitcher anyways, is really good at keeping that ball away from the heart of that plate. There's a bunt. She's going to eat it, and everyone's going to be safe. I think this is one of the better hitters on the team, so I think everyone was kind of shocked that she laid down a bunt. So bases are now loaded. Nobody out. It'll be interesting to see how they're defending this now. So it looks like he's playing corners up, middle back. So it's interesting. I think I'd play everyone up, get that force at home. But I'm announcing, not coaching, so. That's a hard hit. That's going to score 1, definitely 2. And she's going to get the second. That's nice base running, too. Taking that extra base. So that, it's now 6-5. Runners on second and third. And we're going to have a little bit of a conference here in the circle. Got to get it out here. There's no outs. Second and third, up by 1. Time is starting to become an issue here. No, it's not. We still got plenty of time. All right, so here we go. As a coach, I'm saying, let's get an out here. Don't care about that run. Let's get an out. They're away from their big sticks. Anything on the ground here has to be a play at first, unless it's right down the third baseline. And even still, you still want to get that out at first. Got to get it out here. What are we doing? Let's go. It's a bunt. That's going to be a tough play again. And they're going to score a run out of it. And the runner's going to advance to second. Playing small ball. So we have another conference. Are they making a pitching change? So what do we have here? Second, we're going to switch pitchers here. We got second and third, and I think it's tied up at 6. I know my daughter's a slapper. She bunts all the time. And her slapping coach said, hey, keep bunting until they throw you out. And that's what happened. Got to make plays. But we're tied up. Beautiful night out here. I'll say this again, if you have not subscribed to our network, please do. We're growing. This is coming on the 3rd year I'm doing this, so it'll be the 3rd, late summer, it'll be 3 years that I did this. So we're slowly growing. Kind of had a rough spring this year. My wife was diagnosed with oral cancer, so she had to go through surgery, and she's currently going through treatments now. So it kind of took me off the map a little bit with these streaming games. But like I said, they removed all the cancer. They're just giving her some chemo and radiation to clean whatever they missed, cleaned up. So that was a wild pitch, but they have a short backstop here, so they weren't able to take home on that one. There's another bunt attempt. They're still going to try to bunt. There's the bunt. She offered. She helped out there. She should have pulled back on that one. So we got 2 strikes now. She has to swing. I don't think she's going to bunt. Missed high. No one's going to try to run. CB Carolina is still looking for their first out. Oh, that's a hit. And she's not going to make the play. And they're going to hold her up. That was the second fly ball, high fly ball to left field, and she wasn't able to make it, either one of them. But like I said, those are tough. If you don't see them a lot, those high fly balls are really hard to judge. And at this age, a lot of girls aren't experienced to see those fly balls like that. And she had two of them. I think that was from the same batter too. Two high fly balls. Missed inside. They're calling up, everyone up. I don't think you should do that in this situation. You don't have a force out unless you're going to give this girl first base, which it doesn't look like they're doing. You don't want to get nothing. You want to protect the holes to keep the ball from going in the outfield. Now you want to play everybody up. With that force at home. You have runners on second and third. If you let something get into the outfield playing short like that, you're going to give up 2 runs, and you really don't want to do that. But now, since you have a force, you can get the out at home. Still looking for their first out. I remember this batter, she had a nice single her last at bat, scored a run. Might have been 2 runs, I think. 2 RBIs. First pitch is a strike. Missed high. The pickoff attempt. Got her. I don't know if I switched over quick enough, but that was a nice. I think everyone was surprised on that one. All right, so that will be their first out. It's a foul ball. Nice swing there. That's a tough out at third there. You gotta stay close to that bag. Especially after the pitch. I always get irritated when I see girls mess around like that. That is a shot over the head of the left fielder. And she's on the horse here. See that replay, like I said, the triples. They're tough. So now if you see everyone walking off the field, that is because they can only score 5 runs. I don't know what the discussion is. They should only have 8. I think 8 is what they have to get. It's 5 runs max. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the discussion is. My boom mic, I could be able to listen to him, but that mic isn't working. So they were upset about something. But it is 8-6. There's only a max of 5 runs allowed per inning, so that's why it's 8. All right, let me clean up this scoreboard here. And this is going to be the top of the 6th inning. So it looks like we're going to, everyone got everything straight here. I know time is getting close, but I'm not sure what's going on. So now we're going to talk to that pitcher. So now CB. Wait, I'm wrong here. We just switched. CB Navy's up 8-6, not the other way around. So this is the away team batting now. So they need to score 2 here. Tied up. Or the game might be over. I don't know if they play 6 or 7. Time is going to be a problem, though, so it's probably mostly this is going to be the last inning. That's to the shortstop. She bobbled it, but she's going to make the play. Yeah, she made it by a couple steps. All right, so that's 1 out. Nobody on. Missed inside. Swing and miss. This is the BCFPL 12U Championship Series. This is the quarterfinal game, one of the quarterfinal games. Championship is going to be on July 1st. It'll be live here on Beaver County Softball Network. That's a strike. Strike 3. Drop third strike. She's going to get the out at first. I should have switched cameras, but I didn't do that. She did throw it to first and complete the out pretty easily. That's 2 outs now. Miss low. I think this could be the last out. I don't know how they're going to do it, but we're going to find out. Swing and a miss. Or a foul tip. Still a strike. Now the team leading is going to have a chance to bat, and I don't know how much time's left in the game, so that's all going to matter. And I think they play 7 innings. I could be wrong. It might be 6. I get confused with the young kids and the older kids. Switching back and forth all the time, it kind of makes things confusing. At least for me. There's a ball in play. First makes the play, gets the out. So I'm looking to see, it looks like they're going to line up. So that's going to be a game. So CV Navy is going to win. It's a nice game. So it'll be the final out. So CB Navy is going to advance in this bracket. Let me pull up the bracket here. So the next game is going to be the semifinals, and that'll be on Monday, June 30th. And they will play the winner of Riverside and New Brighton. So thanks for watching today. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please do. And hit our notification button. You can watch us whenever we go live. So thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time.